This is Good Day.
Well, someone we know teaches at Ike Middle School.
Yeah. Next, these smart folks came a long way to explain how Ike is using the same standards as schools, some of the schools all over the world.
Okay, so you know, Cody's wife, beautiful woman that we've got on the computer here, she teaches at Ike Middle School, which is an international baccalaureate school. They call it IB for short.
Aha. Cody will tell you he has no idea what that means. So he brought in some experts all the way from Australia to help explain.
Yeah.
Cody!
I admit this. I don't understand anything about it, quite honestly. Please introduce yourself to the folks at home.
Yeah, sure. I'm Phil Evans. I work at the International Baccalaureate based in DC, and I am from Australia originally.
Originally from, and all the way from Natomas.
Yep, way across from Natomas. I'm Heather Garcia. I'm an assistant superintendent.
It's so good to see both of you. Okay, so let's break this down. If people don't know what International Baccalaureate is all about, what is the parameters? What are we talking about?
Yeah, so we have 4 programs for 3-year-olds all the way to 12th grade or 19, 18-year-olds. And it's sort of looking at play-based learning, and the main focus is to develop lifelong learners. I think it's very critical that students learn how to learn on their own, and they're highly prepared for college, among some of the most prepared in the country, in fact.
Now, I've noticed that, like, because not only do you have the regular curriculum, but there's also always, like, these different little side things that the kids get to do, and I think that really explodes their minds.
Yeah, each program has an individual project that culminates, and they have to do that on their own, and they have some guidance with, staff and support. But the self-regulated learning is really part of this, so that we get them going on their own, and it's really fantastic.
You know, it sounds familiar because that's life, because that's what we do
Exactly.
when we go out into the job force, right?
Exactly, and I think that's the exciting part that you get to see in the classroom, where kids get to be drivers of what they're learning, and teachers are facilitators, bringing to them the concepts and the content that are important. But kids get to chase their wonderings and their ideas, and do that through science, through world languages, through art. And for me as an educator, that's like the most exciting part, to get to see that in action.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Now, you guys in Natomas, you actually, the IBs, you can go from the beginning to the end, right?
You can. We were the first in Sacramento to have the full continuum from PK to 12th grade. We have multiple schools, and a school who's in candidacy right now, and it's helped us kind of create a community of teachers and leaders and kids and parents who we all kind of work together, and we're hoping to kind of do that across the Sacramento region as well. It really does take a community to build great schools for kids and to help improve our future, so we're hoping to do that.
And Natomas actually hosted 29 or 30 more people from various districts, about 7 districts from Sacramento and around, and some private schools as well, and various interest groups at the, yesterday, to talk about the future of education and the rate of change that we're experiencing and innovation. How do we prepare students so they're not just checking boxes and thinking of themselves in terms of a letter grade or a percentage, and thinking a little bit more about what level of their skills are developing at, and being in charge of that.
So all those people yesterday, does this mean that their school districts too and their schools might be becoming IB schools?
Yeah, it's exciting. I think that, that it's catching on. The middle years and primary years particularly are becoming more popular. We've got like 60 programs across California in candidacy, which means they're in the process of becoming an IB World School, a proper authorized school. So there's a lot of interest, and yesterday we had some districts that were looking at adding programs, and we had plenty that didn't have any at all. And in fact, there's interest in some smaller districts having IB as a baseline right across every school. And we have about 9 of those districts throughout America. But in Sacramento particularly, there's a lot of interest there, and then having those variations of, let's do a language immersion program or a STEM focus or something layered over the top of these, best approaches to learning for kids.
Yeah, it's really interesting.
Yeah.
It's really interesting. Well, thank you both for coming in and explaining to me what my wife does all day long.
All day long.
I bet she's awesome.
She is.
I bet she's having a great time.
She's having a great time, and my daughter's going to an IB school now. So, and I'm telling you, like, watching her blossom has been fantastic. She's taking ballroom dance and different languages and stuff like that. It's amazing. It's amazing. Thank you again. It's very nice to meet both of you. Appreciate
Wonderful.
that.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right, back to you.